First of all, allow me to say Happy New Year out there to you, to all of my viewers and all of my subscribers. It is the first day of 2026. I can't believe I'm saying that. To those of you that are watching this the first day that it is released, pretty exciting. I am here today with the results of the 2025 version of the Not Fit for Print Beauty Community Awards, where I asked all of you about your favorite beauty products in the year 2025. Most of these products didn't actually have to be made in the year 2025. They were just your favorites, what you were wearing. It's almost like a de facto little marketing survey, really. It kind of tells us. It's interesting, too, because at the end, I'll tally some of the winners. Now, let me tell you how I did this, and then let's just get right into it. Also, a quick programming note. Things are slow in December in the beauty industry, so we're going to be kicking back up. I've got sitting waiting for review. New Gucci, a ton of new Dior. I've got a new, oh boy, I've got a lot of stuff sitting over there waiting for review. And we're going to be getting into it as we start into, especially next week, kicking off 2026, right? So stay with this channel and make sure you're subscribed and checking me out on Instagram and TikTok and all that good stuff, because we're going to really be revving it up. Okay, so this was on a Google form. We had thousands of entries, quite a few thousand actually, and Google tallies it for me, but I had to do some hand tallying as well, because if people spelled things differently, it counted it differently. Google doesn't always now. It's kind of an AI thing. So I went in there and hand corrected anything. Some of these I don't have percentages on because they were hand done. Others of them actually did give me a percentage, okay? So let's go ahead and look through it. I will give you all of the questions, or most of the questions, and then what your answers were. Interestingly enough, I started with asking people to describe their beauty style in 2025. And what I found most interesting is the #1 winner that you guys put was classic. Most of you describe your beauty as classic. I would describe mine that way too. But what's really interesting is that the second and close to it was experimental. So we're hitting kind of both sides of the spectrum. Classic couldn't be any different than experimental. Maybe they could be the same, experimentally classic, but you know what I mean? I thought that was kind of interesting. We just kind of take in both. All right, luxury foundation of 2025. Luxury, I include high-end there too. Everybody loved, #1 by a landslide, was the Dior foundation stick. You guys loved it, and we're going to get back to that in a moment, but you guys loved the Dior foundation stick. Second, and a close second, was of course the Victoria Beckham Beauty Foundation, which you guys know, I know you guys love. To me, it was a little too heavy and greasy, but it was beloved. But the Dior foundation stick really, and I've heard that mentioned by you guys in various things throughout the year. I was surprised that it took the #1 spot, but it did. That was your favorite foundation this year. Above Victoria Beckham Beauty was the Dior foundation stick. Best luxury concealer, luxury and high-end concealer of 2025. Sarah Creel won that hands down, with Westman Atelier taking a close second. I don't know if I saw that one coming, but makes sense. Most used base products, a complexion product. This is not necessarily, again, released in 2025, but most used. You guys were still using the Lisa Eldridge skin tint more than anything else. So that is still a favorite into 2025 from 2024, interestingly enough. And Dior, this foundation stick from Dior, took second place. So Dior appears again. Best setting and natural finish powder, Laura Mercier. Still winning on that, which is so interesting because that is the brand Laura Mercier really made their name on setting powders, and that is still the one you guys reach for the most. Even if it wasn't made in 2025, it won. And Hourglass powders took a close second for you guys. Complexion product that you would need to repurchase if it was immediately lost, everyone said concealer. Second only, interestingly enough, to the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm. So that has a lot of people really interested in it and using it. When we move to the eyes, lips, and cheeks section, our best eyeshadow formula is still Natasha Denona, followed close second by YSL. I probably would have said YSL over Natasha Denona, but you guys did not. It was a close second, but Natasha Denona won. Most worn eyeshadow palette of the year, hands down, head and shoulders, was the Lisa Eldridge Betty eyeshadow palette. You guys loved the Betty. Viseart Neutral Mattes took second place. Both of those surprised me. Not that I don't like neutral mattes and not that I don't like Betty, but I didn't realize it was so widespread. I mean, that was hands down. We had thousands of entries. Lisa Eldridge Betty, everyone loved that eyeshadow palette. and Viseart Neutral Mattes. Huh. Best luxury lip formula of the year, Dior took it hands down. Second place, any guesses? Lisa Eldridge Rouge Experience. Dior and Lisa Eldridge are definitely repeating. Best lip color that you bought this year. Various shades were listed, but Lisa Eldridge won that one. The blush that everyone reached for the most was YSL, which doesn't surprise me. Followed closely second by Haus Labs. Did Haus Labs do a lot with blush this year? I don't really think so. Maybe earlier this year, but you guys are still wearing Haus Labs blush a lot. Tools and brushes. The best makeup brush brand of the year, Head and Shoulders Rephr. Everyone loves Rephr. Sonia G still came in second, and I agree with that. I think that's great, actually. The brush you would all say from the fire, though everyone said all of them, the number one winner of single brush named was the Sonia G Buffer brush. So congratulations to Sonia G on that one. That is a great brush. Best beauty tool. This one surprised me because, boy, this is a blast from the past. But guess what you guys are still loving? The Shiseido Lash Curler. The eyelash curler from Shiseido is still your favorite, not made in 2025, but it is what you guys were all reaching for. Brand superlatives, luxury brand of the year. Dior won it head and shoulders above anything else, with YSL coming in second. Breakout brand of the year. Sarah Creel won it head and shoulders, with second place going to Hung Vang Yo. Comeback brand of the year, I predicted this one. Comeback brand of the year was MAC. And MAC took 20% of the vote. The other 80% of the vote, that one I got a clear winner on because everyone knows how to spell MAC. The other 80% was split among a ton of different brands, but a clear 20% of the vote MAC got, which made it head and shoulders over the rest. The brand that surprised you in a really good way was Victoria Beckham Beauty, followed by Viseart, closely by Viseart. Brand that made you roll your eyes. You wanted nothing to do with this brand this year. This one shouldn't surprise me either. Urban Decay. I think they've been really kind of fighting the good fight. Urban Decay, and Charlotte Tilbury was upsetting a few people this year too. That was a close second for brand that you rolled your eyes at this year. Most overhyped product you wish you loved, but you just don't. This one won head and shoulders. Fenty Skin Tint. I actually liked that. They released a Fenty Skin. So there was a Fenty Beauty skin tint from a few seasons ago. But the Fenty Skin Tint I liked this year. You guys did not. And that was this year's release, I believe, towards the early part of the year. Was that late 2024? I got to look that up. Years don't matter. It's just what you did this year. The most overhyped launch. I like this, that you bought anyway. Victoria Beckham Beauty Foundation and the Hourglass Holiday Face Palettes. Yeah, I would agree with those there. And of course, you want to take a guess. Let me stop. You write it in the thing. Why did this product even exist? Purchase of the year, or release of the year, I should say. What do you think it was? I predicted this one. Louis Vuitton makeup. You guys were just not on board with it. But for something we weren't on board with, boy, did it sell well. Of course, they could sell one and make rent for the year, right? Most stunning limited edition packaging. You guys gave that head and shoulders to Dior. There wasn't even a close second. Disappointing reformulation of 2025, the Givenchy powder. Was that 2024 though? Here's the thing. If I said the most disappointing reformulation ever, it would go to Givenchy powder. Like ever. I can't think of a worse. Some of you might say some of the foundation reformulations, and we got a lot of those coming up with that banned ingredient. But Givenchy powder right now is probably the most disappointing reformulation ever. The Silent Hero product of the year, you guys gave to Sarah Creel, but interestingly enough, you gave it to her eyeliners. Have I tried a Sarah Creel eyeliner? I don't even know if I have, guys. So you, my audience, needs to tell me why were her eyeliners in particular. Do they just not move? They don't budge? Tell me. I don't know if I've tried one. The product that defined 2025 beauty trends, you guys said it was liquid blush. Yeah, I would say that's defined 2025 and 2024, to be honest. A product you bought because of me. Who, me? Victoria Beckham Beauty in general, just the brand. I'm proud of that. And a brand you tried for the first time because of little old me, Viseart. I'm proud of that too. What would you love to see more of on this channel? You guys want to see more concealer reviews, really? I always worry those concealer reviews are boring, so I appreciate that feedback. And what would you like to see less of? Actually, you guys were really cool about that. You said you liked it all. The only one that came across clothing, a lot of you guys said, it didn't win or anything by a majority, but a lot of you guys said you could do without any fashion reviews on here. So I will definitely take that into consideration. It was a small majority, but I will definitely take that in consideration. Any nominees we missed that you think deserve their own category? You guys said you wish you had seen a little bit more of the best brand stuff, a little more in the superlative. But I'll tell you who you guys thought the best brand was. You loved Lisa Eldridge, but Head and Shoulders, the most named brand for 2025 that you guys really loved. I mean, you just loved it. And that was Dior. You loved everything Dior. Not last year Chanel took that. This year Chanel barely got any awards. I think I barely saw Chanel mentioned. So last year, Head and Shoulders above any brand, it was Chanel's year, 2024. This year Dior. You guys loved everything Dior released. And I actually have the new Dior sitting over there waiting to film, so stay tuned for that. But you also really liked Sarah Creel a lot. And you liked Viseart, but really Head and Shoulders above anything. You loved Dior this year. That was our overall winner, and that should take care of you guys asking that you wanted more of best brand. Dior. 2024 was Chanel's year, and 2025 was Dior's year. So what's going to define 2026? Well, we'll see. We're going to have a lot of complexion reformulations because of some banned ingredients, including, it looks like House Lab might have to reformulate theirs. Yikes. So watch for that. And at the beginning of the year, we always get a lot of complexion products. But I do have, like I said, new Dior. We got some Glowy or Gucci blush, which I can't wait to dig into. I've got some NARS lip products, some Mario lip products. I've got the Natasha Denona Cool Tone palette over there that I'll put in a video. There's not a lot of excitement about that, but when new products are starting to roll in, which means this channel is really going to start picking up speed. So stay with me there. Make sure you are subscribed. So happy to have you guys here with me as we start the new year, and I look forward to having a lot of fun on this channel with you guys. I'll meet you in the comments. Tell me what surprised you and what didn't. We had thousands of entries. I consider it market research. Let's see if it's going to be Dior's year again this year. That was a bit of a surprise. Maybe it shouldn't have been. All right, let me know your thoughts, and I look forward to seeing all of you as we rev up into the new year. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.